I'm just saying that
but
Magnus
those
is
two.
making such an argument as to why he's the world champion, and he's just been in great form. And a repeat, by the way, of that Benoni that we just saw, where Ding really his approach of knight f3 to d2 to b1 really.
Oh, that was the one where he got
Now he's
smashed
played-
with that rock on e3 is protected by f4.
Now he's brought his knight to g3.
It's going to get attacked. H5 is coming at some point.
But I've always liked the system actually for white. I've played it quite a numerous times in my career. Levon Aronian too, by the way, has liked the system for white. The idea is that you want to play bishop on f1 to e2, castles. If your knight gets booted, fine. If it doesn't, then you've got especially the e4 pawn really, really well defended.
There is that move h5.
Absolutely. Bishop e2 is the automatic move here.
Little body language there from Ding as he kind of
Adjusted himself.
or he's shifted. I don't know what it is, but he must be thinking, whatever I do, this guy's going to attack me.
Ooh,
E5.
E5. Now that is a very big time move by Magnus because he's basically just shutting down. He's allowing a5, which
Bishop to g5, queen
which
to
was
e8, and
not
queen
played.
d2, knight d7. a5 is always on tap, though, yeah.
No, you got to get in that move. A5 is critical so that you've got your queen side counterplay with knight a4 and b2, b4, a5, and I'm surprised that he's really even hesitating about this decision.
Now, Black eventually wants to put his knight on h7 and
Play for
push
h4 and f5
for those moves. So Ding is thinking about that side of the board, but normally you can't slow that down.
No.
And you want to just do what you have to do. So
Castle.
castled
And
instead.
Knight h7 is
And there's knight h7, bishop to h6.
and we're going to see h4.
h4 forces that knight
to h1.
to h1 after capture, knight back to h1. Nimzovich played this a long time ago. f5 flicked out quickly, takes on f5, immediately an f4, and this is very much a la that Nimzovich game from a long time ago. His point now is his knight's going to go to f2 to h3, and also knights think about going to the e3 square if you play the move e4 with black.
Right.
Push this pawn. Something's going to land on e3. You don't have the dark square bishop to disturb that anymore. So
Queen
first, queen to g6, and there comes that knight back into the game.
Into civilization, yeah.
Intending to find the h3 square eventually. The other knight will try to shift to e3 if it's allowed to go there. And black, a little bit bottled up slightly, but black can also think about the center as well, something to f6 to e4, but that's not easy. And now, there it is.
Big middle move, e5.
Fixing up a pawn structure.
And knight c3 to d1 is an automatic move.
And he's finally played
a5.
a5.
A move I've been,
Knight f6 instantly, and now here goes that knight from c3, headed to the square e3.
Square.
Very important to be able to do that. And white just seems to need a couple more moves. And white just played b4.
Absolutely.
Very aggressive on that side. And knight back to d7, finding the c5 square.
That's right. Also
So-
protecting d6, knight e3.
Black has found a very good square for that knight on c5, though.
Hasn't landed there yet, though.
And b6. Now black looking for lots of counterplay, challenging white to prove a plan here.
Well, take the pawn on rook b1 and queen c3 check.
Rook to b1, queen f6, dealing with that check
White's
in
position's got to
advance.
be easier to play here. In Blitz,
Yeah.
all his pieces are protected.
I wanted
Well, not exactly, but they're compact, whereas black's pieces feel a little scattered.
Well, I really wanted Ding Laren to play the queen c3 check. You couldn't have played queen f6 because I got knight takes f5 with a check.
Right.
So
good in between moves.
yeah, now black's queen is on a very, very good diagonal.
Just took up e6, rook takes
And-
immediately.
So white's advantage is less. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
and
Queen d2.
I don't want to see queen d4 land on the board, so I have to protect the d4 square. Queen came back to d2. I'm expecting rook b1, and knight c5.
All done.
That's done.
And now that nexus on that side, the knight on c5 and the pawn on a6, pawn on d6 defending the knight, That's just sweet. Nothing happening on that side. But there's still some challenges. Black's pawn structure makes it difficult for Black to make easy maneuvers, particularly with his light square bishop. That's a bishop that I'm looking at trying to get maybe to H5 or A4.
I see bishop D7, rook A8, and that's a steamer.
Well, he's going to try to shut that down. And rook B6, very aggressive move. Bishop to D7 now played. And the knight on F2.
Not participating.
G3 just played. What is the point of this move? Giving himself, I don't quite understand
like
this move.
It's a little helpful for Black because Black is going to look to utilize the H file, but
I want to play Queen A1 and bring my knight into the game.
I know, but at the moment D6.
D6 is hanging. So King to H8.
King H8. Whoa.
King G2, Rook G8.
There he goes, hammering on that weakness.
As soon as it was created, now he got a point, and there's a possibility of attacking this pawn directly. So knight dropping back
Knight F1
from F2. And now he's prepared to play Queen C3 and shut down. Oh, the queen is holding Black's position together, by the way. Let's understand. That queen, if it's traded, White is thrilled. And that D6 pawn will drop.
That's why rook G7 is. Like Magnus was thinking about moving that rook on G8, and then he pulled it back.
Just be careful
Well,
with rook B8 ideas.
I do like what Bing Lin has done. He's going to reshuffle his knight. First of all, he's got Queen C3 on tap, but I think he's also got this idea of knight on E3 to F1, protecting the weakness on G3, followed by blockading with the other knight, which he has just done.
Exactly what he's done.
Knights.
And he's got a beautiful fortress. Now there's no breakthroughs for Black on the queen side, and Ding is looking to play moves like Queen D4.
Yes.
Posting up in the center of the board, looking for sacrifices.
Seven,
and he's
Queen
played
D4,
Queen
King
D4.
A7.
Done just that, King A7.
That point out,
And now, by the way, G4, G3, G4, and Knight G3 are very, very typical.
Queen back to D2.
He just
What?
pulled this queen back
Is
to
that
D2.
about rook? And now here comes that rook.
Rook's come to A8,
Okay.
supporting the A pawn.
I didn't understand.
But
Queen
both
back
of
to
them have
D2.
so little time for such a rich position, yeah. It's just a little over a minute each.
Yeah, the
And now the
clock
rook
is
has
G1,
retreated. And
A5,
now
and now
G4.
you're
Look at this.
G4. Because the rook is
G4
coming
on
over
the
to
board.
H1 as well.
By the way,
you would want to do this when your queen was in D4. Sorry. Magnus.
yes, exactly. But knight G3, he's still playing for some tactics as he's going to try to get his rook to the H file.
Yes.
Knight to G3. And
Yes.
now the rook going to the H file. And Magnus hesitating there. Magnus going to
And
G8.
the clocks.
He's
Look at the
allowing
clock.
it, and he's just
a
pushing.
minute per player.
And the
a minute
queen
per
back
player.
to D4.
Back in action on D4.
There's some kind of queen. Oh, knight B3, queen
Knight B3,
C3.
Queen C3, Knight H5 action in the air.
Yes,
Knight
now
F5
White.
and Knight H5.
White has lots of
Knight
coordination.
F5.
Knight to F5 as
Knight
well.
F5.
And Magnus
Uh-oh.
is lost as White's pieces has penetrated.
Buddy.
And he is going after the pieces. He just needs. Oh, and C5.
C5.
It's fantastic
Wow.
move. Breaking
A3.
through.
And now C6 is coming.
C6.
A2.
A2 Queen A1. Is that any good? Rook G6 check.
Check.
Challenging the king. And the king just went to
King
F7.
can't figure it out in
Check.
time.
And
He
he's
plays
just
Queen G7.
Sacrificed his
Queen.
queen.
And now there's
Why
A2
did he
coming.
allow the queen sack?
Oh no.
C6 forced
A2.
A2.
Whoa. Take the knight.
Take the
Oh,
knight.
Magnus has
Magnus
blundered.
missed this move. Queen.
Now we take
And
And
now he
another
gets a
queen.
queen, and Magnus is lost.
And
Magnus is
what's the
absolutely
30
lost.
seconds left for Ding Loren.
Does he have
Just
enough
guarding
time?
F2, King E3.
Oh
Now,
no. Another fast pawn.
why
Just
did
like
he allow this pawn to survive?
And there's
Can you
knight D.
explain this? Check,
Oh.
desperation, and
Queen
he
back.
found a way. He found a way, but now
He's got
Magnus
20 seconds left
King
on the
D4
clock,
just played.
guys.
King D4, knight
You gotta
F4.
play faster.
King D4. Oh, he didn't play knight F4.
And king takes, and now a check, chasing the king away, and now another pawn, and both of them in time pressure. Ding with only 13 seconds left, and that king marching to safety up the board, but he has to check to see what's the right square, and are there just too many checks? And that pawn on E3 is hanging.
Oh, with a check.
And now he stopped that, and more
Oh
checks.
no.
They could probably take a. Oh, no, Ding Loren doesn't want the draw just yet.
He's
For
gonna
good
lose on
reason.
time, guys.
Check on G6. Let's go. Ooh.
He's gonna lose
D5
on
check,
time.
and now
Oh.
Oh my God.
Obscure.
Woo! He was flagged anyway.
He was
Oh.
I think I also see the flag. He did not have enough time, unfortunately, to win that game.
Wow, that was electrifying. So many tactics at the end.